allow your eyes to penetrate. Cause once you shoot, you're bound to find an abyssal gaze will ricochet all throughout your mind like a pinball in an endless game. The most adept of swimmers will find they won't surmount against such waves. They drown inside when all that is without resides in disarray. Although it may seem counter, double down your time within and stay. When you encounter a mountainside, it's a challenge, it's not the end of days. Something you set out to climb, that's something from which you need to get away. Calm yourself when in a maelstrom dissolving, and peacefully welcome the thrall you're being held in. Withdraw from being jailed in, embalm your freedom from the coffin and see you being nailed in. Your orbit in its current doesn't got to be a tailspin. You're being disrupted by a world at war with yours, you're out of sync. You need to conquer that distortion and recalibrate, relieve the stress. Hordes of molecules in need of rest. Nucleus deep, fugitives from sleep will flee arrest. An insomniac ensemble of atoms that dream of death. Nightmarish creatures that bury their teeth in obese neglect. Even if it's one we wouldn't necessarily expect, it's our own responsibility to observe any surface on which we reflect. It is those with specialized who specialize in being able to recognize the subtleties by which their course must be corrected by. You must leave the nest to fly and face the threat you may not best disguise. Separate wise, your wings may as well be on a penguin's sides. Presumed umbral depths with a translucence expressed inside. A gleam sears his flesh, a sidereal depth defy. Such an image will only find itself in eyes that dare to be mesmerized. Only those who decide to stare will find the stairs that will let them rise. To take the steps mandatory to create a case many insects devise. The rampant chamber, the next transformation is kept inside. If you're not cautious, the things you examine will cage you every time. If you allow your worrisome thoughts to expand, they will never die. Careful how long you choose to allow your eyes to penetrate. Cause once you shoot, you're bound to find an abyssal gaze will ricochet all throughout your mind like a pinball in an endless game. The most adept of swimmers will find they won't surmount against such waves. They drown inside when all that is without resides in disarray. Although it may seem counter, double down your time within and stay. When you encounter a mountainside, it's a challenge, it's not the end of days. Something you set out to climb, that's something from which you need to get away. Careful how long you choose to allow your eyes to penetrate. Cause once you shoot, you're bound to find an abyssal gaze will ricochet all throughout your mind like a pinball in an endless game. The most adept of swimmers will find they won't surmount against such waves. They drown inside when all that is without resides in disarray. Although it may seem counter, double down your time within and stay. When you encounter a mountainside, it's a challenge, it's not the end of days. Something you set out to climb, that's something from which you need to get away.